Most people walk around believing there's something fundamentally wrong with them. The media tells them they're too big, too small, too short, too tall, too soft, too hard, never just right. And when you're constantly told you're not enough, you start believing your health journey is about fixing what's broken. But here's the truth that will set you free. You were never broken. Your body is not a mistake. It's a masterpiece. It's not here to be repaired. It's here to be unleashed. When you live as if you're broken, your entire approach to health becomes self-punishment. You run on guilt instead of gratitude. You measure worth by inches, pounds, and calories instead of strength, energy, and vitality. You think, if I could just fix this, then I'd be happy. But that's a dangerous trap, because no matter how much you fix, there's always something else to criticize. This cycle keeps you chasing perfection instead of living your life. I'm telling you to rip up that script and write a new one. Health is not about repairing flaws. It's about fueling strengths. You already have a heart that beats, lungs that breathe, muscles that move, and a brain that can create miracles. The question is, are you giving them what they need to operate at their fullest potential? Or are you starving your own power with self-criticism and neglect? When you realize you're not broken, you stop waiting for some perfect version of yourself to show up before you start living. You stop thinking health is a prerequisite for joy, and you start seeing it as a partner to joy. This shift is massive, because the moment you believe you're already worthy, you start fueling your body with respect, not restriction. You start moving it out of celebration, not punishment. Look, your body is the most sophisticated performance machine on earth. It can heal, adapt, grow, and thrive in ways science still doesn't fully understand. But no machine can function without fuel. And here's the beauty. When you see yourself as whole, you want to fuel it. You want to nourish it, strengthen it, and protect it. Not because it's broken, but because it's powerful. The world doesn't benefit from you being at war with yourself, your family, your business, your community, your mission. They all thrive when you thrive. And that starts with a mindset shift. You're not here to fix. You're here to fuel. You're not a project in need of repair. You're a powerhouse in need of energy. The more you pour in, the more you have to give. So stop treating yourself like a problem. You're not a problem. You're the solution. You've been equipped with every single thing you need to live strong, vibrant, and unstoppable. The mission now. Fuel it. Fuel it like your life depends on it, because it does. When you approach health with a fixing mindset, you're living in scarcity. You focus on what's missing, what's wrong, what's lacking. Scarcity says, I'm not enough, so I must punish myself until I am. And the problem with scarcity is that it keeps you chasing something that always feels out of reach. You can't enjoy progress because you're obsessed with the gap between where you are and where you think you should be. That's a recipe for burnout. Fueling, on the other hand, is abundance. It's saying, I already have a body worth loving, so I'm going to give it everything it needs to thrive. It's not about deprivation. It's about supply. It's not about guilt. It's about generosity. Abundance means you don't drag yourself to the gym because you hate your body. You go because you love the life that body allows you to live. Scarcity thinking makes health a chore. You eat less not because it nourishes you, but because you want to erase the damage you think you've done. You exercise not for energy, but to punish yourself for the cake you had last night. That's survival mode, and survival mode will never get you to thrive. Fueling flips the script. You eat more of the foods that energize you. You hydrate because your brain deserves clarity. You move because your body craves freedom. When you live in abundance, you stop making choices out of fear and start making them out of power. You're not saying, I can't eat that. You're saying, I choose to eat this because it fuels my best self. That's a completely different energy, and it changes everything, not just your health, but your confidence, your relationships, and your mindset. Abundance in health isn't about endless indulgence. It's about endless opportunity. Every day becomes a chance to add, not subtract. Add more greens, more water, more deep breaths, more movement, more rest, more gratitude. The more you give to your body, the more it gives back to you in strength, focus, and vitality. Here's the truth. Scarcity will drain you even if you reach your goal. Abundance will fill you up even before you arrive. That's why some people reach their goal weight and still feel empty, while others are glowing with energy and confidence long before they hit a number. It's the mindset that makes the difference. So choose abundance. Choose to fuel instead of fix. Choose to give instead of deprive. Your health is not a punishment to endure. It's a privilege to invest in. And the return on that investment, a life overflowing with energy, freedom, and possibility. Fixing is always about looking backward. It's about undoing what you think you messed up. You eat less today because of what you ate yesterday. You push yourself to exhaustion in the gym because you're punishing last week's choices. This backward focus keeps you stuck in a cycle of regret and repair. And the problem with that cycle is simple. You can't build your future if your eyes are always locked on the past. Fueling is forward momentum. It's not about erasing yesterday, it's about creating tomorrow. You don't fuel because of what you did. You fuel because of what you're about to do. You eat nutrient-rich foods so you can crush your next meeting, your next workout, your next family adventure. You hydrate because tomorrow's energy starts with today's choices. This is the mindset of champions. Forward-looking, future-building, momentum-driven. When you fuel, you're not chasing redemption. You're chasing results. You're not asking, how do I undo damage? You're asking, how do I add strength, focus, and power? This subtle shift turns health from a burden into an exciting mission. You stop dragging yourself into healthy habits and start running toward them because they're not a punishment. They're a launch pad. Think about it. Every pro athlete, every elite performer, every person who's thriving at the highest level fuels for the game ahead, not the game behind. They're not wasting energy on regret. They're directing it toward preparation. And you can adopt that same mindset. You don't have to be a professional athlete. You just have to treat your life like it's worth performing for. Fueling also changes your relationship with time. Fixing feels urgent. You need results now, yesterday, immediately. Fueling is patient. It knows that consistent deposits build massive returns. You stop obsessing over instant gratification and start trusting the process. Because every day you're stacking momentum. And momentum is what transforms a healthy choice into a healthy lifestyle. This forward, moving mindset gives you something powerful. Hope. Fixing often leaves you drained because it's rooted in regret. Fueling leaves you energized because it's rooted in possibility. And when you live in possibility, you're not just building a healthier body, you're building a stronger future in every area of your life. So let today be the turning point. Stop looking back at what needs to be fixed and start looking forward at what you can fuel. Your health journey isn't a rewind button, it's a fast forward button. Press it. Step into it. And watch how your future explodes with energy, purpose, and possibility. Everything you want in life, your goals, your dreams, your relationships, your career, requires energy. Not just physical energy, but emotional, mental, and spiritual energy. Without it, even the simplest tasks feel like climbing a mountain. With it, mountains feel like molehills. That's why energy isn't just important. It's the currency of life. And the way you fuel yourself determines how rich you are in that currency. Think about your day like a bank account. Every healthy choice you make, eating whole foods, hydrating, moving your body, sleeping deeply, is a deposit. Every unhealthy choice, every skipped meal, every hour of lost sleep, it's a withdrawal. The problem is, most people are spending their energy before they've even earned it. They're waking up already in debt, running on caffeine and stress, and wondering why they can't keep up. Fueling is how you make those deposits before the day starts. It's eating breakfast that actually sustains you, not spikes and crashes your blood sugar. It's drinking water before coffee, so your brain fires on all cylinders. It's getting the kind of sleep that restores every cell in your body, so you wake up not needing to be fixed, but ready to perform. This is how you build wealth in energy. When you have energy, you show up differently. You think clearer. You move faster. You listen better. You connect deeper. You make better decisions. And when you stack enough days of high energy, you don't just perform better. You become better. Your relationships improve because you have more patience. Your career grows because you're more focused. Your health skyrockets because your body is finally getting what it needs. The tragedy is that too many people treat energy like it's optional. They'll trade sleep for Netflix, trade real food for fast food, trade water for soda, and then wonder why they feel drained. You wouldn't drain your bank account on things that don't serve you, so why would you drain your energy on habits that don't fuel you? And here's the magic: energy is self-replenishing when you fuel it right. The more you move, the more energy you create. The better you eat, the more energy your body produces. The better you sleep, the faster you recover. It's like compound interest. The earlier and more consistently you invest, the bigger the return over time. So I'll say it straight. Stop treating energy like a luxury. It's your primary asset, your most valuable resource, and your greatest competitive advantage in life. Spend it wisely, invest in it daily, and guard it fiercely. Because when you're rich in energy, you're rich in possibility. Fixing is a stop-start cycle. You push hard for a few days or weeks, and then you burn out because your motivation came from frustration, not inspiration. You're running on the fumes of dissatisfaction, and that fuel tank empties fast. The result, you end up right back where you started. Only now you're even more discouraged, convinced you failed. Again, fueling is different. It builds momentum brick by brick, choice by choice. You start small, drinking more water, adding a walk, eating a real breakfast, and those small wins stack. Before you know it, the momentum you've built starts pulling you forward without you having to push so hard. That's the secret. Momentum makes health easier over time, not harder. Fixing keeps you in a cycle of starting over. Every slip up feels like you've erased all your progress. One bad meal, and you throw in the towel for the week. That's frustration, and frustration is the enemy of consistency. Fueling keeps you moving forward no matter what. You miss a workout, you fuel the next one. You overindulge, you fuel the next meal. There's no reset button, because you never stop moving forward. Momentum also changes your identity. When you consistently fuel your body, you stop seeing yourself as someone who's trying to be healthy and start seeing yourself as a healthy person. And that identity shift is powerful because once you believe it's who you are, your actions naturally align with it. Fixing feels like a fight against yourself. Every choice is a battle. Every workout is a negotiation. Every meal is a guilt trip. Fueling feels like working with yourself. You're building, not breaking. You're adding, not subtracting. And that's why it's sustainable, because it's not just about the result. It's about the process you can actually enjoy. Here's what most people miss: a momentum compounds. Just like interest in a bank account. The more you keep fueling, the faster the returns come in. Your strength builds faster, your energy multiplies, your confidence grows. And once you taste that momentum, you'll protect it like your life depends on it, because, in a way, it does. So forget chasing perfection. Chase momentum. Don't try to fix everything overnight. Fuel yourself today, tomorrow, and the day after. And let those wins stack until you can't imagine living any other way. That's how you go from struggling to unstoppable. Health isn't just about abs or numbers on a scale. It's about freedom. Freedom to move without pain. Freedom to say yes to adventures without worrying if you'll have the energy. Freedom to live on your terms instead of being held hostage by fatigue, illness, or limitations you could have prevented. That's what fueling your body really gives you: choice. And choice is the ultimate form of freedom. When you see health as fixing, it feels like a cage. You're constantly restricted, constantly told no, constantly living in fear of doing it wrong. But when you see health as fueling, it becomes your wings. You're not avoiding life, you're preparing for it. You're not restricting joy, you're expanding it. This is the kind of mindset that takes you from surviving to truly living. Think about it. What's the point of building a career, creating wealth, or chasing dreams if you don't have the health to enjoy them? Health is the foundation that everything else rests on. Without it, even the best opportunities feel like burdens. With it, even challenges feel like adventures. Fueling your health daily is like paying your freedom insurance. Every workout is a premium. Every nutritious meal is a deposit. Every good night's sleep is another layer of protection against the life you don't want to live. The life where you're too tired, too sick, or too limited to do what matters most. And here's the truth most people miss. Freedom isn't something you win once. It's something you choose every single day. You don't arrive at perfect health and stop. You keep fueling, keep moving, keep choosing the habits that keep you free. That's the beauty and the challenge. It's a daily decision that compounds into a lifetime of strength. When you choose health, you're not just investing in yourself. You're investing in everyone who counts on you. Your family gets the best version of you. Your work benefits from your focus and energy. Your community is impacted by your example. You become a living reminder that freedom is possible when you choose to fuel it. So, decide, right now, not to fix yourself, but to fuel your freedom. Wake up tomorrow and choose to put something good in your body, to move with intention, to rest without guilt. Keep stacking those choices until they're not something you have to do. They're just who you are. Because the only thing better than living free is knowing you chose it every single day. So here's the truth, my friend. Your health is not a repair job, it's a power plant. You were never broken and you don't need to be fixed. What you need is fuel for your body, fuel for your mind, fuel for your life. Every single day, you're either depleting your tank or filling it. And the life you live, the freedom you feel, will be the direct result of which choice you make. Stop living in the shadows of scarcity, guilt, and punishment. Step into abundance, energy, and momentum. You have one body, one shot, one chance to live this life with strength, vitality, and joy. Don't waste it trying to meet someone else's definition of enough. Build your own standard, one rooted in fueling the life you want to live. Because the greatest freedom is not found in a number, a look, or a label. It's found in waking up every day with the energy, the clarity, and the courage to live life on your terms. And that starts with one decision today: I fuel my life. Now go out there and feed your greatness. Because the world doesn't need a fixed version of you. It needs a fueled version of you.